Hi everyone, how are you? It's Tuesday, only Tuesday, not Thursday yet. Every Thursday I've been hosting a live video, the formal one, and but every day so far have been 5 weeks. I've been on Facebook Live over 5 weeks. Today is the sixth week actually. It's amazing. The time really flies. I could not imagine from the beginning, right? I could really stay on the Facebook Live every day. Facebook Live every day with news, creative topic, and I hope you find some of that interesting to you. And today, this morning, I shared a photo on my social media. I went to the Global Women Club breakfast this morning in Manhattan. Every month, I'm being a member for them for 1 year. Every month, we have a one-day breakfast event gathering in Manhattan at a hotel, a nice environment, and with breakfast and networking with dozens of wonderful global inspiring women. Most of them are like professionals, and the majority of them are actually entrepreneurs, global women entrepreneurs, and many of them traveling around the world doing business and networking with other people and support each other to become more successful. And every time, every member gets like 2 minutes speaking there. And this morning, I actually shared briefly about my what I do. I did the background, and then I challenge everyone to ask them these questions. I said, I want to challenge you guys to think about this and ask yourself, how far away are your vision from your current presence in the market? How far is that distance? And which area do you think you need the most focus and improvement? Is that your vision, or is your niche clarity, or it's your branding, or it's your content, or it's your maybe public speaking, or maybe it's your leadership to your ideal audience? So any area of that, I welcome people to have chat with me, to invite to have a further connection so I could support them. And so I want to share that question with you as well. Those are two area questions I want you to ask yourself. What's the distance between your vision to your current presence in the market? So where you want to really focus and improve, okay? And today, very interesting. I want to share with you that. By the way, I forgot to shoot a live video on site. I should have done that, but I forgot. I was too merged into connecting with the new and old members and chat with them and share our progress. And I totally forgot I should have shoot a video, a live video, Facebook Live on site. But after that, I found something very important, very interesting. I want to actually share with you, even though I've already returned home. Every time when we go to those breakfast events, we as member, we have the privilege to get the copy of Global Women magazine. See today what I choose. We got quite many copies, but today I choose this one. Do you know why? Initially, I actually could not recognize this lady, but among almost like dozens of choices or the different cover like images, right? Different featured persons on the image. I chose this one because I feel like, her face is so like a shiny, have that sense of like positivity and abundance, and so natural. She did not really put too much makeup there because it's just similar like me, and I really love her smile. It's like she's not very young already, but her smile is like have all that kind of energy and sunshine inside of it. And I believe she must be an inspiring person and very successful person. And guess what? I chose the right one. And she is Kim Kiyosaki. Have you heard about her? If you don't know her yet, she actually, and then I found out, I initially said, oh, this last name is interesting because her last name looks like Japanese. So initially I did not recognize. But then after I read the inside the article, I realized that she is the wife of Robert Kiyosaki. So Robert Kiyosaki, most of people know him for his book, Rich Dad and Poor Dad, right? Remember that? And she's actually the wife behind, actually I should not use the behind because I will share that story with you. And she actually also, Kim does not like that word behind. She's really a person with a free spirit, and she wants to be beside of the successful man and also maybe in front of the successful man. So, but it's great. Now I knew her. And the inspirations, actually, I read the article, the interview Misuna, let's see, Mirella, sorry, Mirella Sula. Mirella Sula actually, let's see, Mirella Sula is actually the founder of Global Woman Club. And the founder actually interviewed Kim Kiyosaki because she is really a very like important person, right? So, so the founder herself interviewed her and shared the secret of my happy business. I love her pictures, by the way. That smiling, I really love it, and that kind of a confidence, and you can see people from their smiling, from their face expression, you can see their status. So very important. So when you will present yourself in the market, any kind of a marketing materials, make sure that it will be like, how to say, from your inside to your outside, you have that kind of confidence and the sunshiny kind of a smile. And so here I actually want to share her picture with Robert Kiyosaki. See this couple, and there are a few, let's say, 2 pictures of this couple. Nice. Initially, I did not really admire Robert Kiyosaki for his money, but now I really admire him for such a beautiful and sunshiny and confident wife, and a very successful and inspiring woman. So briefly, I want to share with you. Actually, this is a great interview. I learned about Kim's background, and her family is like a really ordinary, not super ordinary, because her father has been another great influencer for her. Her father marched with Martin Luther King, and during that time to support the civil rights. So that as a white man support Martin Luther King to march together in the 1960s. So that's really a courage. You can see the family definitely heritage the courage and righteousness to her generation. And so today her business mantra seems to be, a man is not a financial plan. It's not a financial plan. So it's a character builder, his family background, a character builder for her. So she shared with us how she becomes today, and how women can achieve our dreams to become financial free. As she is related, she's a wife as Robert Kiyosaki. Now you know they must share much information about the finance, right? The finance freedom. So what she shared, I'm most impressed. Like she's been focusing on the companies with a mission, with a purpose, not just the making money. Money is never number one purpose. And when she graduated, she was when she just graduated, and let's say, she worked in those like a corporate world, but then she was fired twice. And I do resonate with that kind of a background, because I also get laid off for twice actually. One time in China, another one is in US from the Fortune 100 company, but the best thing occurred to our life. So, and she mentioned that people, she has shared some news, like trends in the market, like for when women own the businesses, 68% earn less than 25,000 per year. So of those women-owned business, 90% have only one employee. So majority of women entrepreneurs are really like solopreneurs. So even though we have a majority like a labor, 50% of labor in the market, but the impact, the money we earned and the impact we get in the market is very limited. So Kim really knows about the market trend, and she said her first, very interesting, her first date with Robert asked her, what do you want to do with your life? She immediately responded, I want my own business. And quite soon of that, like after 2 months, she got her own business running. And today she is actually, she's an entrepreneur, she's an author, worldwide internationally renowned speaker, real estate investor. She's actually started her business from a real estate investing. And today she's still a great investor in that area and make most of her fortune from that area. She's also like a radio show host and the founder of richwoman.com. Is that sounds familiar? Because Robert has that richdad.com, right? Rich Dad, Poor Dad book and then richdad.com. And so Kim founded her company is richwoman.com. So she's been focusing on empowering women. So it's so wonderful to learn about that. And let's see what else she shared. And earlier I mentioned that she definitely does not want to be a woman behind a successful man. She wants to be a woman beside him. Just all the pictures show them, shoulder by shoulder, beside him, and even in front of him. So she has that kind of a confidence and a vision. That's wonderful, and it's definitely a great example to all of our women. And what else she shared? There are quite some interview questions. Let me see my most impressive ones. By the way, Minera asked her how does she like separate work and private life of being together. She said definitely the mix together. It's like that's why they've been talking a lot about the work, about the investment, about development. So that make their life and the relationship never boring because they develop together, right? They investing together, so they have really like a common interest and common direction to go. So that's a great. And come to money. She actually is the author of quite a few books, quite beautiful books, and one is including the Rich Women book. And her opinion about the money to women and men are different. It's not because of how to part is the same, but it's like the issues women are facing on the money. It's like a majority of us due to traditions, right? We are educated to trust other people, including our partners, our men, or other financial advisors, or the industries, the society, to take care the financial side for us. So majority women, we still feel like finance part is like not our genius zone. Majority women may still think like we're better at fashion, jewelry, designing, creative work, nurturing, but not many women think we should be very good at like a finance part. So many women are still depending on other people to take care of a financial security. And so the reality is that 90% of women at some point in their lives will be solely responsible for their financial lives, because that most women are more like even longer than their men either due to divorce or due to like the partner's death or due to singleness. Anyway, like 90% of women at some point of their lives will be solely responsible for their financial lives. So, but too many of our women are not prepared. Definitely, many of women are lack of a financial education. And it's just like money and the finance and sales, marketing, everything like it's like very natural to men. Those goals-oriented men, right? But feels like not very natural for women. Women is more like in the arts, singing, dancing, creative things, and cooking, all this kind of nurturing things. So sounds like that's very natural to us. But depending on others, someone else for financial security could be easily be a recipe for disaster. Yeah, if you have that kind of a fantasy, think that other people will take care of your financial secure and freedom. That's definitely the worst situation, right? So that's great. So Kim has been educating and empowering women to understand that we should be taking that sole responsibility of our own finance security and freedom. So definitely I feel very inspiring and resonate with what I believe in now. And she said, what's her best business successes? Very interesting. She said, her greatest successes in business and investing came from her biggest mistakes. I love that because she's really honest and share with that all the greatest things she learned is through all the mistakes. And both she and her husband, they had plenty of failures and learn from them. So as a result, the individuals grow and the company gets better. So I really love that kind of insight and wisdom. And then she shared with us, CEO of a Coca-Cola company. Let me say, Muhata Kent said this saying: the next giant economic growth wave. Okay, the next giant economic growth wave won't come from the internet or China or India, but from empowering women. Empowering women will be our next giant economic growth wave. I love that saying. So yeah, I definitely, like Kim, agree with Muhatar Kent. Okay, and she strongly support women to become investors, because becoming investors can really give us how to say, take the charge of our financial lives. Yeah, that's why I've been last time I shared with that I've been has how to say, cultivating a side hustle for my business, to adding a wealth advising business into my coaching, to really contribute, add more value to my abundance coaching. So definitely resonate with her. And she's also mentioned the rules around money today have changed. Let's say the rules on the money changed. And she said the number one fear in America is running out of money during retirement. That's true, right? If you are still relying on your social security, do you know that it's already how to say, forecasted 2033 so far forecast, and every year the forecast is getting closer and closer to us. Initially it's the 2040 some year, right? And now it's 2033, and maybe next year it will be even closer to us. So like a defeat, because of a deficit, and Social Security could get bankrupt. So number one fear in America is running out of money during retirement, and unfortunately that is happening to many retirees. Yes, it's still happening, and will be very true. So now at my age, 40s, we do not depend on Social Security anymore. It's really think about our own ways to get our own financial security. And she mentioned about you work so hard for your money. You need to let your money work for you. That's true. I could not agree more. If you still like focusing on working hard and hard, but forget about this, how to say, the greatest instrument is let money to work for you, and you will, otherwise you will never always be a slave for money. You need now turn around your position from a slave of money to the owner of money, and you know, from a small, even starting from a small, let the money work for you, become an investor. Yes, I definitely supporting that. So she said investing is having your money work for you. And she even mentioned a retirement account or mutual funds are not investments. Okay, those ones are just the savings plans and have very limited return. And they've been investing, and during the good times, all the investing return, the cash flow to them is good enough for their great lifestyle. So yeah, and now I remember she shared 3 tips I want to share with you. The 3 tips by Kim Kiyosaki. And the number 1 is every business must have a purpose. Say this lady, oh my God, her image, everything, her smile is so confident and so inspiring. I love this lady. And she said, what is the higher purpose of your business? Every business must have a purpose. What's the core reason why you want to build a business? Very important. I've been in my abundance coach, I've always put the why part as the core for the abundance. Whatever you want to develop is from your life, from your business, you need to really clarify your big why, and that why can really support you through all the deep, like up and downs. If you have no clarity on that part, and you could really easily give up, and life is prepared every day, give you enough reasons to let you quit. Okay, so you need to really dig out about your why, and your why will support you to be stronger. To be strong enough, then it's likely, like it's impossible that you quit. Your why will also give you the courage to do creative things and meet new people and think differently. So that's as an entrepreneur, if you can really resonate, how to say, align with your big why, that's the only secret weapon for you to succeed. Otherwise, I know there are so many weapons and secrets to succeed, but that's the number 1. It's your fundamental number 1. Your foundation is that why. That's your root source to support you through any kind of challenges. So the number 2 tip she shared is about the mistakes. Remember, she shared her all the learning she got is like making mistakes, and she encouraged us to make mistakes faster. Don't try to avoid it. Actually make them faster, because the faster, that means like you get more lessons at the earlier stage instead of later. So you learn from them and you grow better. So the more successful you and your business will be, the more mistakes you make. So if you have not making enough success, that means you have not making enough mistakes. So I think that's true to me as well. I'm not as successful as I've been wishing. So that means I'm still not how to say brave enough to make more mistakes. So this definitely very encouraging, right? And help us will not be afraid of making mistakes. Okay, number 3, the tips she shared is that you don't need to be the smartest person in your company. That's true. Here is like really talking about working together with other people who has also like have the how to say the talents and the strengths that can complement you. So whenever you feel like yourself, you have all the things on your shoulder, have to how to say exhaust yourself, find all the answers, that means you're not doing the business right. That's why in my coaching business, I'm trying to find the right partners to cooperate with, and also in the wealth advising business. And that's why actually the majority reason that's why I started that business, because there you can have a team, have a system, have a platform, work together to really utilize other people's talents and strengths to supplement yours. So here she said the entrepreneurship is the opposite of what most of us are taught. Yes, in the school you can never really learn any kind of a true entrepreneurship. Even though I had my executive MBA degree and learned in the business school of my MBA studies, all this kind of thing, but you never really learn entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship could never be taught. It can only be practiced, be learned through your mistakes. So all these kind of things take your courage and to meet those challenges, to solve problems. Yeah, here she also emphasized how to solve people's problems. And when you are so good at solving people's problems, and money will not be an issue. So this is a very powerful lady, a lady of joy and confidence, a lady with purpose, with that kind of a designing of financial independence and freedom. So definitely I would recommend you to find more about the Kim Kiyosaki and learn from her. She's definitely the tank of inspirations. I'm so happy that today I have made the right choice and get the right copy of the women the Global Women Club magazine. So that's a brief information for today. I hope you get some inspiration from today, and definitely start on your journey to be not just to be an entrepreneur in long run. And I know that's also like Robert Kiyosaki in his Rich Dad and Poor Daddy's book. He described those 4 quadrants. It's like from the employee to entrepreneur. This side, employee to entrepreneur, that side is still like trade your time for money, right? And another side is really business owner and investor. Those ones are really getting leverage other people's energy, leverage a team, leverage a system, and free themselves and use money to work for them as investors. Eventually, really free your life and make money work for you. So that's our journey to be, especially for our women entrepreneurs. I know majority of us are still like entrepreneurs making much less than men. So this is definitely a great message, and hope you get inspired. And feel free to comment on my video what you learned and what is your takeout, and how would that could make you to make change in your business and in this world. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful Tuesday night. Bye bye.